Hi, it's Bronwyn from Rap, and today I want to show you how to create a multi-band compressor. Just really quickly, a single band compressor processes the entire frequency range of the audio signal, whereas a multi-band compressor will separate the spectrum of the audio signal into several frequency bands, each of which can then be compressed individually. Let me just show you quickly. Here is a single band compressor.
Something's not clear, and I don't see it.
And as you can see, the entire signal is being processed, and then based on whatever I change over here, it'll affect the entire signal. Great. Now, what a multiband compressor does is your multiband compressor then splits that same audio signal into different frequency bands. In this instance, there are 4 different frequency bands, and each of those frequency bands can then be individually processed. So let's just have a quick listen to that. Here it is with all of the bands being compressed, and then I'll just solo each band so you can get an idea of what's happening.
Something's not clear, and I don't see it. That you feel hurt. Forgot the past. I see you happy. Your new life. Can we
So now if I start to play with the threshold, and you'll start to hear how you can influence the sound. So having a multiband compressor is a really great option to have when you're mastering, because sometimes you might need to deal with a really loud kick or snare. Maybe the kick has been mixed too loud or the snare too loud in the whole mix. And when you use a single band compressor, it's going to affect the entire mix, as I showed you. But splitting the mix into the different frequency bands and then being able to compress each specific band will help you to tame and resolve some of those issues. Now, most multi-band compressors are plugins that you actually need to purchase. However, in Logic, the Multipressor is a multi-band compressor that comes as a standard plugin with Logic. But today, I want to show you how to make your own multiband compressor using standard plugins that will come with your DAW. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to take our original stereo mix, and I'm just going to duplicate it onto 3 new tracks. Let me just grab one more track there. So I'm going to take that original and I am going to copy it over 3 times. Great. I'm going to mute that original for now. Now I'm going to insert a compressor onto the first duplicated track. So I'm just going to grab up a nice compressor here. And I just want to make sure that that is stereo, and that needs to be stereo, and that also needs to be stereo. So I have a compressor inserted onto the first duplicated track. I'm going to go to my mix window because it's a lot easier to do, and I'm just going to copy that identical compressor onto the other duplicated tracks. Now, I'm going to bypass these compressors. All right, so we bypass them. And on the first duplicate track, I'm going to add a low-pass filter at 100 hertz. So we're going to go to our EQ, single band, and we're looking for a low-pass filter, and we want that to be at 100 hertz. I want the slope to be really intense, so I'm going to make it 48, and I'll leave the Q as it is. And now on the last duplicate, this track over here, we're going to add a high-pass filter at 10 kilohertz. So let's have a look. Single band, and we want 10 kilohertz. Let's have a look here. 10,000 hertz. And again, we want that at 48, and we'll leave our Q. let's have a look what we've got here. Yep, high cut and our low cut. Fantastic. Now, in that middle track, the second duplicate track, we're going to set up band pass filtering. So I'm going to use the channel EQ, and I'm going to set a low pass at 10 kilohertz over here. So let's just quickly grab that and set it at 10,000 hertz. And once again, I just really want to make a very nice steep slope. And then I'm going to set up my high pass at 100 hertz. In fact, let me just type that in. It'll be a lot more accurate. And once again, I just want a really steep slope. Great. So now I have my band pass filter. All right, so let's quickly go and rename these tracks. I've split this into low, I've split this into mids, and I have split this into highs. Now, when we play these tracks all together, they're going to sound exactly the same as the original. Let's have a listen.
Something's not clear, and I don't see it. That you feel hurt or that you miss me. I guess that you forgot the past. I see you happy in your new life. Can we talk about love? Let's talk about love. Tell me.
All right, great. So they sound absolutely identical. But what I've done is I've actually created the low, the mid, and the high range bands for the track. So when I play them all together, they sound identical to the original. But when you play each track separately, you're going to hear which frequencies will be processed by the individual compressor that you've set up on each track. So here we go. Here's the low. And here are the highs. And here are the mids with the band pass filtering.
Something's not clear, and I.
Now you have the power to control the dynamics of each of these frequency bands independently. So you can set up your compressors, and you can manipulate your tools on your compressors and dial in the sound that you're looking for and shape that sound dynamically. It's actually a really powerful tool as dynamic EQ. If you want to learn some more about compression, then go and have a look at the Quick Dial series on compression at raponline.net. So go on, give it a try and have some fun. I'll catch you again next time.